Total Wine refused to sell me a bottle because they thought I was with someone. I wasn't. So I placed a $10,000 order and never picked it up. There's this specific wine I like for holiday cooking, and the closest Total Wine that carried it was 60 miles away. It was storming, but I made the drive. That location used to be my go-to before I moved counties. I picked up the wine, browsed for holiday party stuff, and after about an hour, went to checkout. The cashier asked for my ID. Normal. I handed it over. Then she asked for the ID of the person I was with. I told her I came alone. She insisted I hadn't and went to get a manager. The assistant manager came out, glanced at my ID, and said, "Unfortunately, you look young," then told me I could come back tomorrow, alone. I reminded him I'd shopped there for years, even offered a second ID. He chuckled and said no. That was it. No discussion, no solution. So I left, angry. An hour-and-a-half drive home through pouring rain, with nothing. The next day, I went to the Total Wine near my house to grab the other items. They were great, friendly, fast, didn't even ID me. Not saying they shouldn't have, but it highlighted how unnecessary that entire interaction at the other store was. Then I got one of those rate your experience emails. Normally I ignore them. This time I didn't. I selected the store and explained exactly what happened. A day later, the store manager called, not to apologize. Nope, to defend her team. She said they checked the cameras and someone walked in with me, which made us a party. I told her I didn't know the person. She said that didn't matter. She then claimed her employees had watched us, and that the person left 30 minutes before I tried to check out, and because of that, they refused the sale. So I asked, if they were watching, why didn't anyone approach me then? Why let me continue shopping for another 30 minutes only to deny me at checkout? She told me that if I wanted to complete the purchase, the other person would have to return with their ID. The attitude was smug, not helpful. No empathy. No. Sorry for the mix-up, just condescension. At that point, I was already over it, but the phone call pissed me off all over again. So I checked their policies. One clearly said they only check IDs of people present at checkout. Another mentioned that any online order not picked up within 7 days is automatically refunded. That's when the idea hit me. Later that day, while sipping wine from the other store and telling my friends the story, I decided to have some fun. I logged on and placed a $10,000 curbside order at the same Total Wine. I filled it with the heaviest, cheapest bottles I could find. Only 1 to 2 of each, so they'd have to hand pick, not pull from a case. I ordered all 238 bottles of Tito's they had in stock. I added a bunch of rare bottles that require a manager's key. The whole goal was to fill up their pickup shelf, waste their time, and ruin their schedule. 3 hours later, I got the pickup confirmation, then reminder emails, first day, third day, final notice on day 7, but they didn't cancel it. On day 10, I got a call. It was the same manager, except this time her voice was syrupy sweet. She asked when I'd be picking up the order. She knew exactly who I was. I said, yeah, I went to pick it up, but they said I looked too young, so I just got it at the other location. Silence. Then, are you seriously not coming to get this? I said, nah. She hung up. They were supposed to auto-cancel it at the 7-day mark, but clearly she held off, probably trying to pad month-end sales numbers. So I called customer service and had them cancel it right then. The rep admitted some stores delay refunds for their own internal metrics. So when her higher-ups ask why their store had to refund $10,000 and scramble to restock hundreds of bottles during the holidays, she can tell them the truth. She went on a power trip and lost to a customer who knew the policy better than she did.